The Pyramids' sacred alignment, the constellation of Orion, and ancient Egypt. It's not only in ancient Egypt that we see this mysterious alignment, it's also in the pyramids of Mexico, in the pyramids of China, and of course the recent archaeologists, paleoarchaeologists have aligned it to the stars of Orion's belt. For thousands of years, the constellation of Orion has been tracked across the sky by numerous ancient cultures who studied the heavens since time immemorial. But why would they build their pyramids in connection to the Orion's belt? Based on the constellations and position of the stars, the ancients built the fascinating monuments, their calendars and observations that allowed them to track the position of constellations and heavenly bodies across the sky. We also see this in the towns of and the villages, the cities of ancient Greece, especially in the Peloponnese. It's like a star map for some odd reason. Now, after all, from these constellations, creator gods came to Earth. We know that there are a lot of mythology and ancient texts claiming that the ancient quote-unquote gods, even the gods of Mount Olympus in ancient Greek mythology, were extraterrestrials. But not only did the scientists follow celestial bodies thousands of years ago, ancient cultures around the globe firmly believed that we came from the stars just as deities and gods came down to earth from heavens. One of the most studied constellations by ancient cultures thousands of years ago is the constellation of Orion. And throughout the ancient world, from Egypt to Mexico to China, this constellation has been the center of the skies for our ancestors for some odd, unknown reason. Kindly support my Patreon account since YouTube has again demonetized my YouTube channel. The daily posts are 5 videos daily, and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box below. Notice this beautiful alignment here, the comparison of China on the left, Mexico in the middle, and Egypt in the third row, and of course the constellation of Orion's belt. Now, throughout the ancient world, from Egypt to Mexico to China, the constellation of Orion has been the center of the skies for our ancestors. Now, why are monuments such as the Pyramids of Egypt mapped in such a way that these constructions mimic the skies? Why was Orion's constellation so important? And why was it that so many monuments and structures on Earth correlate with the position of or movements of the stars, and especially here, in this case, constellations like Orion? Orion is without a doubt one of the most prominent constellations in the sky. It's best seen between altitudes 85 and minus 75 degrees. Its right ascension is 5 hours and its declination is 5 degrees. Al-Nilam, Mintaka, and Al-Nitak, which form Orion's belt, are the most prominent stars in Orion's constellation. Betelgeuse, the second brightest star in Orion, establishes the right shoulder of the hunter, and Bellatrix serves as Orion's left shoulder. The Orion Nebula, a formation of dust, hydrogen, and helium and other ionized gases rather than a star, is the middle star in Orion's sword, which hangs off of Orion's belt. And the Horsehead Nebula is also nearby. So while numerous other stars and constellations were crucial for ancient cultures around the globe, Orion was among the most important, it seems. As above, so below, the pyramids of Giza mimic with a fascinating precision the 3 most important stars of the constellation of Orion. Were the ancient builders of the pyramids telling us something? Well, if we look back at ancient Egypt, we'll find that this ancient culture believed their gods literally came down from the heavens, from Orion and Sirius, in the form of humans. Orion was associated with the god Osiris, while Sirius was connected with the goddess Isis. And together, Osiris and Isis created the human civilization, according to Egyptian legends. So without a doubt, one of the most intriguing ancient civilizations on Earth, is Egyptian, and one of the most fascinating structures ever built by man. The pyramids are located in Egypt. Orion was worshipped by the ancient Egyptians. Let's remember the Giza pyramid of Khufu was somehow gave us the speed of sound even before that speed was found in the 1950s. How did they know the speed of sound at that time when they built the pyramid of Giza, the Khufu pyramid? So there is very strange knowledge that they had. These ancients had advanced technology that we don't know of, and obviously it was the evidence that they had very great knowledge of physics, and they left that as evidence in the Giza pyramid structure. Now, as it turns out, there is a mysterious correlation between the three main stars of the constellation of Orion and the three main pyramids of the Giza Plateau. The pyramids at Giza are considered by many as the most mysterious structures ever built on Earth. The more we find, the more questions are arising. Now, they are both perplexing and mysterious, perfect examples of sacred alignment, since they form at what many believe is a three-dimensional map of the three main stars of Orion on the ground of the Earth there. And as it turns out, the builders of the pyramids made sure to mimic the constellations as best as they could, which is why when the pyramids were built, the brightness and location of the three main stars of Orion was something that the builders took into account. The two larger pyramids of the Giza Plateau line up perfectly into two of Orion's stars, while the smaller pyramid of Menkaure clearly follows the third star of Orion with a slight offset. This is from reference from Ancient Code. It's on Humans Are Free. Please leave your comments, and thank you for your support.